This is a love reading for your intimate relationships, for your friendships, family relationships, even business relationships. Find out what your karmic connection is and what the spiritual lessons are that you're getting from this connection. Hi everyone, welcome back for another pick a card reading for the heart and soul. I am Cheryl Harnish, hi, and I'm the author of The Path of the Soul, Divine Guidance, and Return of Spirit Oracle card decks. So all the information on where to get the decks is down below in the video description, as well as where to contact me. And timestamps, everybody, is right down in the comment section. It's the very first comment in the comment section. You might have to hit the read more to see the full timestamp, okay? All right, so it's been a while. I thought it was time for us to do a love reading. And as I've already said, this applies to whether it is your intimate relationship, friendships, any relationship that you feel like you need a little bit greater understanding on, okay? So we have 4 card choices for you, and this is going to be choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, and choice 4. Now, as always, take your time in making your selection. If you start the reading and you feel like it doesn't resonate, it's okay. Select another reading, because a lot of the times when we're doing a reading for our personal relationships, we have a lot of energy around it, and sometimes that can create some static in us intuitively choosing the right pick for us, okay? So just a little heads up for that. Now, I'm going to go get us started. You make your choice, and I'm going to see you there. Hi, group number 1. How are you? Okay, we have some new figurines. I don't know if you've noticed. A little sticker over there by the big Lemurian crystal that's been struck by lightning. It's probably my favorite crystal that I own. Anyhow, let's see what we have for you guys. We are going this way. Okay, so we have Earth Angel. It's an interesting card. Om, which is all about throat, voice, expression, spiritual advancement. Rebirth. And the Magdalene card. Okay. Now, I'm starting to get a feel or a flavor with this card. There's, especially with that rebirth card showing up, like that rebirth card often talks about retreating. So, like in one way I feel like there may be lack of contact between you. You could have possibly broken it off, or you're feeling separated in some way, because that rebirth card, it's hard to see on video with the reds don't show up well, but this looks like this little fetus, and it's inside this beautiful womb, okay? And so there is something about retreating or feeling like you need to protect yourself in some way with this relationship. So I do also get the feeling of hurt feelings happening with this one. Okay, now if this for the start isn't resonating with you, it's totally okay. Just go back to the beginning and choose a different selection. Now, I just want to get us out 2 more cards here so we can get more clarity around this situation and what it is that they're talking about. Okay. And we have the Faith card and the Confidence card. Okay. So, the question is, what is the karmic or spiritual connection going on in this relationship? And it kind of stumped me. It did. When the first card I see out of this card pile is the Earth Angel card. And you see how it looks like these two big, beautiful wings. But we don't have an angel in there yet. It's just these wings. And so, it's a lot about putting your wings on, stepping into yourself and your role. And I often find when this card comes out for you guys who are Earth Angel-like, it means that you guys are the empaths, you're the sensitive ones, you're the ones who feel things very deeply. And, it tells me with this relationship being like there's some sort of separation between you guys, that it is somehow, with this Magdalene card being here, this Magdalene card looks like this amazing flower that's opened. And she talks about changes. Now, I feel like a lot of what they're talking about is changes within you, within the structure of how you're operating in relationship, and that there's a lot of your old stuff is coming up into that. And I don't like stereotyping. This is not my intention with this reading. Just oftentimes, those who are like Earth Angels, who are these empaths, tend to draw toward them people who have narcissistic tendencies or selfish tendencies and can be real a-holes to us, right? And it feels to me like, there's been some greater perception happening here for yourself as to what might really be going on here, and how some of your old patterns have created that kind of relationship and have caused you to kind of retreat and go back into yourself, and into that womb to kind of protect yourself and protect your heart. Now, I do feel like, whatever this is that's going on between you two, because this isn't just only intimate relationships, this can be friendships and such. We have the Om card, and this one is OM, just like Om. And the tone of Om is, utilizing our throat chakra to bring us into this alignment energetically, but also when we're meditating, the sound and vibration helps to bring us into center and presence. So I feel like in some way, this card is talking about two things karmically or spiritually that you have going on. And it feels like karmically, there's, a lack of communication, a lack of real expression, of feeling safe to really, share your deeper, intimate things. Also, because it's Om and the voice, the throat chakra, this is a lot about you learning to allow yourself to express yourself. And likely I'd say that you've kind of seen over the past period with this person how you may not be really being authentic to yourself and your truth and your feelings in this situation. Now, the other thing, because it's Om, this is a spiritual card, and it's talking about spiritually this connection that you guys have, that the basis of it is to bring each of you into a sense of presence, into a sense of self-awareness. And sometimes we get there by encountering a sense of controversy or difficult energy outside of us. And so this is a lot about it's pulling you back to your spiritual center, to your spiritual truth, to within your own self, and really looking at who you are and what it is you deserve, because you are this amazing, beautiful light. And sometimes not every person who is in our life can appreciate the light that we are. And and it feels like this is really happening with you guys. And the best part about this, though, okay, is that it doesn't mean that the relationship is necessarily over, because I feel like, you know, for some of you, there is grounds or opening, and you will know, it will resonate with you when I say this, that there's grounds for your relationship to really come through and break through, you know, regaining contact, if it's the healthy and right thing for you to do for yourself. And for those of you that is the case, this is about really becoming more authentic in your truth and really expressing what is really going on for you, okay? And reaching deeper levels of intimacy with that own card through, you know, speaking your truth, sharing your truth, because it's so vital and so important. Now, with the rebirth card, the other part of this isn't just this kind of retreat energy, you know, because this fetus is in this womb. This is a rebirth, so it's talking about a change coming through this, a new person, or with new perspectives, with a different mindset, a different approach, you know, a different understanding of what expressing yourself within a relationship means and how to do that healthily, right? And also, I really do feel there's a lot going on here about value and worth with that Earth Angel card, because a lot of the times, you guys, you beautiful group of souls, tend to really have a difficult time seeing just how valuable and deserving you actually are of having the kind of relationship that you desire. You do deserve that. And you are worth that. You are worth receiving and having that. And that's whether that's in your intimate relationships, even in your friendships, right? In any relationship that you're getting this reading for. Now, the other thing with this card talks about changes as well. So I kind of find it funny that, you know, these two cards come out and they're on top of each other. This one is talking about being reborn in some way. Something about this relationship being reborn and a little bit more spiritually centered. So even if that person isn't totally spiritual, there's some greater awakening or understanding coming through this no contact or little contact kind of period. But this is talking about changes. Now, this can be changes. Normally, this card is talking about changes in work or moving or that sort of thing. And so I feel like, you know, karmically or spiritually, this whole situation is kind of giving you like a wake up kind of call. And it's kind of bringing you to a place where you're really looking at all areas of your life and about how to get that more congruent to your heart and make your life really the way that you want it to be, including that relationship. Now, the other thing, which I love that is in this reading, is we have the confidence card, okay? And I know that just that one word alone, it says a lot, because this is about, you know, this whole process is about you going through this difficulty in this relationship, learning how to really authentically communicate your truth, even if it's a hard truth, and learning to really stand on the grounds of really being yourself, your true self, not trying to be what somebody else wants you to be, or not trying to be what you think that they want in order to get that love, right? That this is about you going, you know what? This is who I am, and I am amazing, and I am deserving, and I do deserve the best. And I'm going to allow myself to express myself like confidence in your communication. And I also feel like this is something like this trail of energy that I'm talking about here with this transformation, the communication, learning to have more confidence. That also applies to the other person in this situation, I really have to say. But I feel like there's a good resolution coming in this relationship. I really do, because we have the Faith card. And that is the universe kind of saying, just hold on. Things at this time may not appear to be what you want it to be. But there's a little bit of work to do. There's a little bit of understanding and of getting yourself really grounded back into your heart, into your spirituality, back into yourself with your confidence, your value, your worth. And that might take a little bit of time, you guys. I'm not talking just next week. This is going to take a bit of effort on your part. But to have faith and hold on, because there is a change coming with this relationship, okay? All right. Now, this is a group reading, so it's quite general. If you would like a personal reading, all my information is down below in the video description. And please do hit the subscribe. I thank you so much. You guys take care, stay strong, and I will see you again soon. Hi, group number 2. How are you? We are going to set our lovely lady over here. This is I have to tell everybody, my lightning struck Lemurian crystal. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's see what we have here going this way. Okay, that's a good start. Advancements. So with that advancement card, I feel like that spiritually there's growth and evolvement for you with this person. Okay. Awakening. That's a pretty amazing card to have, because the awakening card is about, waking up spiritually. So I feel like this connection that you guys have is for your spiritual evolution. Oh my goodness. Okay. And we have healing with intention, a spiral. Wherever there's spirals, there's growth and expansions. So you guys, this relationship either is helping you to heal, or it went the hard way and forced you to heal. It can be one or the other. And okay. And we have master number 22. And this is called Cosmos of the Heart. And do you see how with Cosmos, these look like these owl eyes, right? Now, Cosmos is talking about learning how to operate from your heart and how to be within your heart. But with those owl eyes, it's also about, an owl. An owl is nocturnal and it sees in the dark. And I feel like a part of what the message is here for you guys is about you guys beginning to see more, like, the stuff that was kind of under the table or in the shadow. Now that could be things that you hadn't previously seen in this relationship, or aspects of yourself, the shadow self that we kind of hide or deny, kind of you having a greater vision or understanding of that. But the owl card also talks about wisdom. So this is not about judging what's kind of being revealed to you. It's more about observing that and using that in a wise way with the owl to take that and utilize that knowledge for your own healing, because that's healing with intention, and for your own spiritual development and spiritual growth. So this has, I haven't even drawn the other two cards yet, but this relationship that you guys are getting a reading on feels very much to me like soul agreement. You know, we had this little powwow before we came, and you and I, we decided that we were going to come together and bring each other these lessons. Now, I mean, that happens with most of our relationships, but there's something very poignant about this one, that they are bringing you to some of your greater lessons. And do not be fooled or mistaken, because you are definitely bringing them to some of their greater lessons as well. And these are, like, this is a karmic relationship, absolutely, because we have the awakening card, which is talking about awakening spiritually. So it feels like whatever it is that the dynamic that's playing out between you, whether this is a really healthy, loving, evolved relationship, or one that might be more tumultuous, it's going to vary for you guys because it's a group reading. In either case, with that awakening card there, this relationship is about waking up to your spiritual truth. This is also about playing out some of those spiritual lessons that we decided as a soul that I'm going to come down here, I'm going to be incarnated, and I want to have the experiences of this, and this for my spiritual evolution. And that's what this card is. This is pushing you towards your greatest spiritual lessons, learning, and evolution. But sometimes that's not always easy. So I find that those relationships that force us to grow can oftentimes cause us the most grief, but they can also be our greatest joy, you know? So, okay, I'm just going to be quiet for a second, and let's get out 2 more cards to see what else. Now, I feel like both these guys down here, they're doing it again. I was only pulling 2, you know, and they're calling me to pull 3. Now I'm going to take that 3rd one and put it over here in just a minute. The other card that's sitting here, this fractal almost looks like a pencil drawing. I really like this. This is called advancements, and there's it's royal, it's regal, and this card, because it's above the awakening card, this is about your spiritual advancement. This is about, you know, mentally, emotionally, spiritually evolving through this karmic connection that you have, okay? But the thing is that this advancements card is a real, it's a benefic. It's like the best of. So it tells me that in some way, on some level, this relationship ultimately is going to help bring out or bring forward the best in you. And for some of you, this could likely be one of the best relationships that you've had. It's not going to be that way for all of you, right? But for many of you, okay. Frequency shift. So I really do like that card, because with that frequency shift card, that tells me that the 2 of you being together, you know how we take on a different energy with each person that we're with? We create a different dynamic when we're together. And with that frequency shift card being there, there's something about this helping each other to raise each other up and to evolve. And this is ultimately because it's more important that we talk about you, not them, right? Because sometimes we get too focused on the other and not ourselves. But for you especially, whether this relationship is really fantastic or really challenging you, this is ultimately about you coming to really live in a different space that is cosmos of the heart, heart-centered, and evolving and growing through that. Now, the other card that sits here is the voice card. I love that card. And it's funny because a different voice card came out with the first reading. So it seems to be important for a lot of you that the voice card, see how this looks like these magical vocal cords, right? And it's surrounded with all this yellow. And that yellow is about the solar plex chakra. And this is about you really learning to speak your truth and to share and say the things that maybe you would naturally be more inclined to withhold, and allowing yourself to experience, like a greater intimacy with another person, especially because we have cosmos of the heart. And in this awakening card, there's this heart up here and also this heart down here. So there's these two hearts coming together with this beautiful eye, which I see it as this third eye. And so I feel like this relationship can really help to open you up to communicating more effectively and on a more authentic level, instead of just saying surface, like, how are you? Oh, I'm great, thanks. It's like, la, la, la. And you say, I've had this kind of day. And you start to really say what's really going on for you. So I do have a feeling like this person evokes that kind of trust, or as this relationship evolves and grows, that will be there for you. The other card that's sitting here, okay. So we have the right card. And for whatever reason, this card likes to make its way out in most of the readings. So this is, what is the spiritual or karmic connection between you? What are the spiritual lessons and learning? And with that right card, healing with intention, and the awakening card, it feels like there's a lot of journaling that has to go on here on your side. And for some of you, I feel like there is a story to be told through this relationship. However, for others of you, and you will know when I see these things, when I'm giving you these kind of like these options, you'll know, just trust your heart, what your heart is telling you. And for some of you, it might be about really communicating what is important to you through writing to the other person. Okay. And that, I feel like, it's so strange that that came to me, but I also feel like, when you send someone a song and it has these really powerful lyrics and this music, and it like, that's me in a song. And so I feel like using those alternative methods, besides just verbally communicating, is using these alternative methods to really, like, picture's worth 1,000 words. A song evokes emotions that takes a lot of words to really express. So there's so many ways that this is unfolding. But, of most of the relationship readings that I do, this one has the potential to really offer you guys the most growth. So I would say, do the work that you need to do for you in your stay spiritually grounded in this relationship. Do your part for you to keep yourself there. And this other person, they've asked for it. They've been asked to be woken up, to themselves. And so in whatever way that is manifesting in your relationship, if it is tumultuous, they are asking to be woken up. That's why they are here in this relationship for you. And this is about you both advancing and growing as souls, as people, as individuals. Okay? So there's a lot happening for you guys. Now, this is a general reading. If you would like a personal reading, all my info is right here below the video in video description. Please do hit the like, subscribe. I have lots of videos coming out regularly, and I wish you guys a lot of love. This is an amazing relationship, lots of growth. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Hi, group number 3. How are you? We will put our little gal over here. Oh, she's not making it into camera shot. That's too bad. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Okay, we have rewards. I have no idea what they're talking about with that yet. Okay, balance. Revealed, which the revealed card is about things being revealed. So I feel like there's more to the story that you guys haven't seen yet. Path of the soul. So soulmate kind of energy happening here. I have to say, absolutely. Especially the reason why I'm saying that, the soulmate card, I mean, you have the path of the soul card, but there's also the balance card, and it's reds are the worst on the video, so I hope you can see this. But in this fractal, this is a Tao symbol that has shown up in there, which is about balancing the masculine and feminine. And what's amazing is in the fractals, I have no control how the image is going to look. I'm just applying mathematical formulas, and then all of a sudden out renders this image with the Tao symbol in it. I'm like, how is that possible? Anyhow, it's quite powerful when those symbols show up. And so especially to have like the Tao symbol representing the yin and yang, masculine, feminine, and path of the soul in a relationship reading, I mean, to me, that just is like, clearly this is a soulmate kind of relationship. I tend to avoid the word twin flame because there's so much negative connotation that can be attached to that, and also to relationships that are actually extremely toxic and unhealthy that get coined or termed twin flame instead of calling it for what it is. So I want to avoid that, and I'm just going to say that there is a deep karmic connection between you guys, and it has a soulmate kind of energy to it. But I feel like with the revealed card showing up here, like this, it's all coming out of this center. It's like we're flying through this rainbow galaxy. And with that revealed card, it feels to me like you guys have already had hits and signs of that, and signs of that. But it feels to me like there's more to this relationship than you are aware of at this time, so it also has that feeling of like newness kind of in there. So I wouldn't be surprised if for some of you or many of you, this is a newer connection or newer relationship. I've got to take this bottom one, and I'm going to take this one here. We'll take one more, and okay. I love it. Okay, so we have the rejuvenation card, which that's a spiral. Spirals came out in the last reading, and wherever spirals are, there is growth and expansion happening here. I'm saving this one for last. The assistance card and the worthy card. This card reading is about what your karmic connection is and what your spiritual lessons and learning are. And I feel like a lot of the times, often we have these, soulmates, and that can be, two friends of the same sex can be soulmates, right? Because we can have quite a few soulmates over a lifetime, and even soul family. Let's use that word because it's just much more inclusive, right? So, it has that soulmate, soul family kind of feeling that that you guys have been together before, you've traveled this before, that this relationship in one way or another is either teaching you or calling you to learn how to become balanced within yourself, right? And, you know, balancing the outside world with the inside world. Everything that is a paradigm or an opposite, sorry, you know, that kind of feeling, it's about bringing you, gaining this balance. And of course, you know, it's mutual. So there's something in this relationship that is also bringing that kind of balance for the other person. And obviously, in being together, it creates a really beautiful balance for you guys as well. I love that this card show up. It's kind of surprises me, but with the rewards card, it looks almost as if this is like this rocket ship, right? And it's shooting through the air, it's lifting off and taking off into space. And so again, that's giving me that NRL, new relationship kind of energy, right? Where we're like, you're just kind of exploring each other and getting to know each other, and you kind of like ride high on each other's energy. And I do need to remind you, if this isn't resonating, it's okay. Just stop the video and go back and make a different selection. That's all it is. Anyhow, there is something that's very new and exciting in this. And I have to say, with that rewards card, I feel like there's a lot of beneficial things coming for you. I don't want to say just good things, because whatever we experience, whether we perceive it as good or bad, is ultimately for our highest good, right? In some form or some way. But it feels like there's a lot of juicy, good stuff that's coming through this connection with this other person. And what I love is, I can't remember even if I've said this already or if I just thought it as I was getting this card out, but we have the assistance card here. And with the assistance card coming out and this whole story and vibe of soulmate, soul family coming out, it's usually at the time that we need them the most, that our soul friends, partners, soul mates, lovers, whoever this is for you, that's when they tend to show up in our lives. And that's kind of like the biggest clue that this is more than just a passing somebody, but this is somebody important. Now, a part of what this relationship is doing is helping you guys to heal, to get back onto your feet, to get back into your own, to get centered into your sense of power and belonging, and, you know, having that feeling of like, I've got this energy, I'm flying high kind of thing. But in that is more about, I can do relationships, and there are good people out here in the world, and there are healthy people out here in the world. And I can have that. And it's kind of like, you know, restoring your faith in yourself, the universe, even in people, right? Because sometimes we lose faith in humanity after some rough relationships. But the other thing, and the main thing that this card is helping to rejuvenate, is your feeling or sense of worth, okay? And with that worthy card, you know, we have these beautiful yellows that are talking about, again, the solar plex chakra and being in your own power. And then we have these fuchsia pinks kind of colors in here. And pink in general is the alternate color for the heart chakra. And with it being fuchsia, it's like fluorescent. And so there's something about this relationship, like, let's put the story together like this, guys. There's something about this relationship that is helping you to heal and restore yourself and restore your sense of value and self-worth. Okay? And don't be fooled. That isn't just a one-way street. This can also be the reverse or the flip for this other person, that this other person that you came into their lives at a really poignant time for them, that they really needed somebody, and you're the one who is the assistance, who is here to help them, you know, get their feet back on the ground and to feel loved and valued out in the world, that they are worthy and worthwhile. So, I mean, there's that. If there's any gift that we could give to another person or receive from another person, is to just receive that kind of love that really helps us to feel like we belong here in this world and that we are loved and lovable. And that through having that input come from the outside, it's helping to change you in here or them in here and start to rewrite and rewire the programming that's going on here. Okay, now this is a general reading. If you'd like a personal reading, I'm available. Down below, right below the video, in the video description, you can contact me. Please do hit the like button, share the video with your friends, and subscribe, because I have lots of videos coming out all the time. I will see you guys again soon. Much love. Hi, Group 4. How are you guys? All right, let's see what our cards have for you guys. I love this card. It's called Infinite Love, and this is an absolutely amazing fractal, and it has not come out in quite some time, so I'm excited that it's come out, especially for a love reading. Okay, and this is Blossoming. Infinite Love, Blossoming. Vibration. Okay, and we have Bull Guide. So with this Bull Guide coming out, that tells me that there's stuff going on in this relationship that is teaching you, helping you, or forcing you to stand up for yourself, to be in your power. Now, because it's a group reading, it's going to be manifesting differently for each of you. It's the idea of this pulling you or bringing you to a sense of power and empowerment, and learning to, you know, stand up for yourself, create boundaries, and we can learn that in healthy ways, right? So it just depends on the relationship. I want to get out these another few cards here to really start to give this reading definition, because we have with the Blossoming card coming out here, I feel like, you know, there a lot of that Blossoming card is about you really coming out and really allowing yourself to be out here and a part of this world, right? And this is somehow connected through this relationship, that it's either forcing you to, or that you have that support and cheerleader kind of energy that's happening behind the scenes that's bringing you to that. Oh, nice. Okay. Recognition. We've got the Recognition card, and we have the Mediumship card. Now, karmic wise, what is the karmic stuff that's happening in here? Now remember, relationships are not a one-way street, right? The both of you are learning and gaining through this interaction with each other. And I feel like, you know, with the Infinite Love card coming out, this is this beautiful heart here, and this beautiful heart here, and they are coming together in the center to this, it's almost like an infinity sign in this beautiful yellow. So again, it's mirroring this story that that this bull guide card is talking about, because the yellow is the solar plexus. This is about being in your power. It's funny that every single one of these relationship readings today have been talking about coming into your sense of self and your sense of power. And the biggest thing with this card is that in the booklet, I wrote that this is about, healing your heart and healing your past wounds, your great wounds, the big wounds, wounds that really have the most effect and play out most often in your life. And so I can't help but feel that in some way, this relationship is bringing you to that place of either happily and safely, gently looking at those wounds and going, okay, this is what's on the table for me. Because a lot of the times those wounds are tender. And then when we meet someone who mirrors to us the absolute opposite, for example, we feel we aren't really lovable. We kind of carry that belief, but then we meet this someone who really truly loves us unconditionally. It brings that wound up. We feel it inside of us, right? And it's such a contradiction, this new energy or relationship that this person brings, that it's up here now on the table for you to deal with. The opposite can be happening as well, is that through this relationship, we are unfortunately being shown these old wounds and beliefs of, perhaps not feeling loved or lovable or whatever that is. Because the cards aren't really saying whether your individual relationship is, great or not great. We're just talking about the karmic connections here, okay? Now, the other card that sits here is the vibration card. And with this card, this is you. This beautiful spark of light is you. And this is your energy, right? It's the aura of you out here in the world. And a lot of this is talking about that through this relationship, you really begin to experience or understand or come to know the effect of you, your energy of who you are, how it affects others. It's like a greater understanding of this, but it's also about really coming to understand your role here, and that flavor of like leadership, of being a leader, of leadership. That flavor is in this vibrational card. And so, bull guide, leadership, standing up for yourself, your energy and vibration. I feel like a lot of this is about you coming to see or realize the energy pattern that you hold or have been maintaining because of your mindset and beliefs and old hurts and patterns, and that coming up for you to really cleanse, wipe this slate clean and begin anew from this place where you are much more open, because this blossoming card is about opening up, and where you feel safe to be open here to the world instead of like in retraction, retreat kind of mode. And that bull guide card, I know I keep going back to it, but it's probably one of the best and most amazing cards to have come out in a relationship reading, because this means that you are stepping into your power and stepping into your truth. You're standing up for yourself because you deserve to have somebody step up for you, and you're the only one who can do it. Now, that can be also that this person stands up for you and kind of says to you, hey, Wake up. What are you saying to yourself? You're amazing. Why do you say that to yourself? It can be that kind of a relationship happening here, guys, because not all relationships are bad. Now, I love that this card is here because it's the recognition card. Again, the golds. But with this golden, it's not just, solar plex chakra power. This is golden energy, which is one of the forms of true divine energy. And so I feel like, this person, whether that's friendship, relationship, there was that sort of instant recognition, like, do I know you? Like, you're familiar in some way. There's something about you. But it also feels like, aside from that there's something about, how we mirror things back and forth to each other, whether we intend to or not. And there's some sort of recognition mirroring happening there that I feel like creates this kind of common ground, or this mirroring creates a situation where you go, I've had enough of that and I'm going to stand up for myself. Like, it can play out two ways here, each of these things that we're talking about. Now, with the mediumship card, this one is interesting because mediumship is, like, if this is split down the middle, see how it's a mirrored reflection on each side. And I feel like, that there is this pull to your spiritual roots and spiritual grounding. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if for many of you that this is a person that you feel really comfortable with doing spiritual stuff with, whether that's meditating and grounding, or doing healing work with this person, or just playing with tarot cards, or doing some sort of thing, because mediumship is about connecting to the other side of the veil, to whatever that is, whether that's spirit, the universe, guides, angels, gods, different dimensions, realities, just connecting to anything outside of this reality that we experience. Okay, so I feel like that whole flavor is running in there. So there's a lot of development kind of energy that comes with this. And again, that's for both of you. However, this feels to me like there's also more of this, there's a gentle energy that comes with the mediumship card. And this is talking about within the relationship, this connection where each side is willing, see, that is willing to reach out and meet each other in the center, a common ground, where there is that balance of energy, because you deserve to have that kind of energy happening. So if your relationship isn't that, where you are both equally meeting in the center, right? Because, it can't be all one person doing all the work. So if your relationship is not that balanced kind of energy, where you're both contributing in mentally, emotionally, physically into this relationship equally, then this is talking about really recognizing what this relationship is, that it is about you standing up for yourself, coming into your power, owning your energy and healing your wounds. Now, for those of you who it is that kind of relationship that is really, healing and bringing you to seeing the best in yourself and the best of other people, congratulations, hold on to that one. This is a great relationship. Now, this is a general reading, so if you want a personal reading that's way more specific to you and your situation, all my information is right below the video in the video description. And if you liked your reading, please do hit the like button and share with your friends and subscribe. And I will see you guys very soon. Take care.